Alright. Time to get this show on the road. Already live. Yay! Yay. Let's check the volume. Can I hear myself?
Live, yeah.
Yep, can hear myself. Hello everyone, Bubble into 720 here, bringing you part 174 of my playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. When we last left off, we unlocked the first dungeon really quick. I did a little bit of updating. I moved some of this stuff around so I have a little bit of counter space now. I moved the jars over here so that way, you know, I got like a bunch of clean stuff here. I wash it here. I put up a Palladian crystal chandelier kind of thing. Got myself a log rack so I could feed my flame. Got some food. I got some coffee and some cake so I could feed my face. I moved this over here. I bought one of these tables for cheap, so I stuck my thing, my little, whoops, my little ice box up on top on something instead of just having it over here. So this opens up a little bit more. I might put a little table over here just to get a little bit more counter space. I bought like some other cheapo stuff, crafted some things. These two guys, we haven't even met yet. We haven't met that one, and we haven't met her, but I was able to make them. Let's see, I made this after I ran around in Amdapur Keep a little bit. So now I got my little wall demon wall. Made a Hanya mask, so I put that up. Yeah. I made a little prison pouch. Making little accoutrements here and there and placing them down. Let's see, did I change anything up here at all? Since the last time you saw? Probably not. I did put an astrolabe in the bathroom, which is kind of weird, but, you know, it's the only place I could put it. But yeah, that's the house. The hoose. Did a little bit of changing on the outside. I made it a little bit less cluttered. So we have this here. So you have like a little waiting area for me before I get home. Still dirty because I don't use it for Lefty. He'll teleport in here. Check the mail. Got my little striking dummy right here, so we can fight here. And I got my little gardening area. As you can see, I updated the outside. I got a giant tree. Haha. But anyways, we unlocked our first dungeon. Ayukatumu. There we go. Ayukatumu. And this has like a little cool thing where it's got like this little porch here. I wonder if I could put stuff on this porch. I wonder. I'm actually going to test that theory out. Do I have some outdoor stuff? Pardon me for yawning. I do. Oh, you can place stuff up here. Sweet. Well, I'm not putting a beacon out here. That'd be a really bad idea. A lot of wood to burn. I got myself a little swing here. Doesn't swing, but you can sit on it. You can look out. Enjoy the sky a little bit. Next to my giant tree. So it does have a little bit of room here and there to do stuff, so that's kind of cool. So since you can stick stuff on here, I might put something here. What do I have that can I put here? Nothing really. It's getting there though. I'm gonna try and put some more food stuff in there eventually. Of course, my bag slots are still pretty full. Ooh, everything shut up. Cool. Dice. I think I'm gonna go to Gold Saucer for a little bit. Oh wait, actually. Ooh, I know exactly what we could do. What am I on right now? I was gonna work on Leather Worker, I believe. Well, we'll do that in a little bit. Let's go to Gold Saucer and see if I need... Oops, no. Go to Gold Saucer and see if I need to do anything. All we just need is a healer, and the party forms up. Yep, there it goes. Oops. Wasn't able to buy a mini pot. Oh well. Here we go. A cool jaja. So they're ahead of us. I don't remember much of this. Oops. Spank and tank. Gotcha. Good thing all this damage to the boat doesn't do anything to it. Am I right? Uh-oh. Got him. Ugh. Gonna have to blood wet. Oh, can't blood wet again. Now I can. Heal up. Oh, crap baskets. Alright, one down, folks. Down for the count. Now what are you gonna do? Oh, he's gonna attack us, actually. Ah, prime punity. Eat them crits. I do not remember this boss fight at all. I don't remember this dungeon, actually. Song of the Punity. Do I have to attack these? Nope. Oh shit. My bad. Well, that was close. Yeah, drop that Bahamut on him. Let me get to it in time. Are we actually gonna kill it? Oh, I guess we do kill it. Man, that's kind of sad. We don't need these. Yeah, we don't need them. They're weak gear. He's a Widowmaker. Eat them crits! All right. Oh, it's Kona. Ah, you guys suck. A Mimiclot. So much healing. Oh, he looks like he's sleeping. Drowsy. Drowsy's dance invigorates the roots, huh? Woo! That was close. Feels like we got some strong DPS here, folks. Oh, you're the one hacking the loogies up. Ah, get off me. Took him out. One more boss. I thought we were gonna jump off. Good thing I didn't jump. Oh, that doesn't look good. Can I stun you? Yes, I can. Ah. That was the boss of the last level. Or boss of this level. Last boss of this level. There we go. That's what I meant to say. We're gonna go over here. Heal me with your pain. River's Breath War Site. Doesn't look good. Last boss? Yep. We're gonna fight a big bug. Apex Predator, Apollyon. Oh shit. High wind, huh? Oh, the summoner ate it. Don't know if I can prevent that. 11 sickle. So this guy is lightning and wind based. Ah! I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything or not about him eating stuff. Whoa! Okay. Getting flashy with it. Ah, shit. Ah, shit, bro. Guys, anytime you can limit break. There we go. Onion rings. Oh, thank God. Whew. Took down that apex predator. Ha ha ha! Oh, I got an item. I got a Paladin's River's Breath Arms. Yay. I don't need them. Commendation. Spanked him good.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Ironville took care of it.
Hey! Everyone all right?
After a fashion, yeah. Took a little bit, but we did it. We made it. We survived. I was worried we might not catch up to you. Those caverns they traversed were dug by the Yokoi in their search for gold. Remnants of their excavations can be found throughout this region. Well, I appreciate the lesson, O wise guide. Are we landing this boat anytime soon? Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, you need only look ahead. The falls were impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much now. Yes, amazing. Now, please let me off. I love this area. It's so colorful. I kind of want to make this like in my outdoor portion of my house, like all the different colored trees. No, no more boats. Are you? Oh, you're not alright. Should be surprised if she was, even without the nausea. We're all spent. There's a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who have ascended the stairs. I suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk, Woklamat? We can rest along the way, too. Damn it all. Your promise is meant to lead from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. Woklamat. Very well, but if I might say one thing. Just because you're a promised or a claimant for for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone, so please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. Can even put on Krau's hood for a second, get an extra set of ears. But Kryle, everyone's allowed to be weak sometimes. Leaning on others is a skill all leaders require. We're gonna say that second one. You as well, hero. I've always believed this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. Not a good thing to leave her by herself. Especially with prying eyes. I would be surprised if there's someone hidden that I didn't notice. Oh, looks like there's a train going on. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting the weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. See, I love this area. The colors. Like, if I could recreate this for my housing area, I'd love it. I do have a wisteria tree that I could use. And I think my main has some yellow ginkgo trees. I'm gonna ride right by you for a second because I need this aetherite. Don't mind me. Just gonna sop that up before I go do this. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire and there's meal preparation to be done. No.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
Well, there's two of them.
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there.
Damn.
As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar.
Yep. Kind of interesting.
Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise.
Yep.
For all the good it did.
Oh.
There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
Can't measure your worth by the success of others. Why do you want the throne? Well, we already know why she wants the throne. She wants to preserve peace, but we're going to do that first one.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making.
There we go.
I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
There we go.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Aw, Arnvo. He graced us with a rare smile. Meanwhile, in the Second Promises camp. That was Kona, right?
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Sorry, but both of y'all wouldn't be able to take just me down alone. I tipped the scale a little too hard in our favor.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
True.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Yep. You have the best people for subterfuge with Kona. Meanwhile, with the first promise.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn Servant.
Yeah.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history.
Huh.
If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
Don't like them. Don't like them at all. Earlier, with Bakul Jaja,
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have two more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
short-sighted fools. You got two heads and don't even use them.
That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our king to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet, somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Ah, callous. Very bad points for that character. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better, will be better, for myself and for my people. You may now enter Iukatumu with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Yay, a promise for the people. Did I get a new title? On the Trail. Ooh, what weapon is this? A ruthenium coffer, huh? A leaking work pot. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned. The road we we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Saralja and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. No. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. It's a good way to get kidnapped. Running ahead of your damn guard. There's a vendor right here. Do you sell anything good? Nope. So I got this one, and then there's one over here, and then there's one over there. Oh yeah, I think I already got that one. Yeah, I already got Doc Polka. Give me that XP. If I can finish around roughly 4 missions before the stream ends, they'll get another level up. Yay! I'm gonna have to start leveling up other classes though. Start working on Paladin and Astrologian and Summoner. So that way I can bring those guys up. Well, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party this size. Earthenshire is just a little farther ahead on the opposite bank of Miakabek Soma. But let's remain vigilant all the same. Yay! Steel Boy. Hello, Aether Current. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Aether Current for my tummy. Hey, Hefty. You know, I never did try riding Hefty underwater. I wonder if you pull out a different food for him to eat. I know when you fly, you pull out a cake slice. I know when you're riding Ozma, it changes into like a upside down pyramid. So hilarious looking. Like, come get the Gistle Greens. Again, I'm gonna go grab this before talking to you. I'm gonna check the local merchant out too. Nothing. This is it, the village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuli-Ulal saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom-built to resemble Pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Pfco. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the Third Promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Ready Rock is the Elector you seek. Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat. As much as Ready Rock would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or medals tests. Sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tyrell. Hey, look who it is. It's a new person. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. This is the best they can offer. I should never have left Wachu Meki Meki. You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the Pot Pact. Should all our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. Let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. Of course I'll help. I could use a nap. I'm always there to help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Ready Rock Truth swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rakarok. You other four, follow Ready Rock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. That's what I've been constantly doing. I meant what I said at many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength. No more playing at being an invincible promise. There's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Yeah, it ain't nothing. Now let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him. It's mainly this gear. This gear is what really makes it happen, Cap. Speaking of gear, I'll put my pack back on. Haha! So I can follow in Ardenville's footsteps and have my own little hee. Ha. Puff Puff Co. Rakarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. You come to aid Rakarok. Rakarok accepts your hand lending with joyous feel smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet. Whatever you need. Lending a help hand. Puff Co. What Rakarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn Kahi. The help hand assigned to Kahi was hurt during the rock raid, so Rakarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. Please, guess think with Rakarok. Find out what Kahi is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. So we're gonna go spy. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. As you can tell, this has to be part of the test, because going around your elbow to get to your thumb to fix a problem is not very productive. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guess think. Inspect the workshop. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target a point of interest and examine it in more detail with R2/X. Well, let's start off with Homeboy here. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace, and there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? Those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot or it loses its savor. So we're not supposed to interrupt him, but or bother him. But we're just going to sit here and carry a conversation with him in the room. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea what things Kahi might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rakarok. Sure thing. You made your observations. What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking. But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's tastes. I can help you with that. My brother Kona is also Hetsuro, and while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat until it cooled down, and by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Rakarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all. But I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Hetsuro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the Shoals of No Return. There are many old boats there abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City. Ominous. So we salvaged them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, hero? Sure. Oh, the backpack doesn't show in cutscene. Oh, one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Rakarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials. A serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility. Then we'll all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. The Shoals of No Return are past the crags. Through a tunnel southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Count on me. Ooh, I just came up with an idea for my base in 7 Days to Die. Sorry. Earthenshire gave me an idea. You're a hero, aren't you? What brings you out here? The issue with caring for the Podsworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlian instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed, after all. However, the moblins did not care for the idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Oriange, in fact. Settlements in Kozomaoka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn Servant, one of the first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital. When I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology... My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, hero. Is that disappointment I see upon Thancred's brow? And yes, Kona is taking way too much in consideration into Charlian and its culture, that he is pretty much neglecting the culture of his own country. You spot the tunnel opening. Head through the passage to the Shoals of No Return and recover the Drafty Shard. I mean, considering especially the fact that, you know... Oh, we're going to turn this off because I need to get into combat at some point. Half David's back. Taking into consideration of the fact that Tuliulal is a cobblestone group of a bunch of different like ethnicities and stuff. They have their own histories and traditions and all that other jazz. You gotta find a way to fix the problems while preserving those legacies. Otherwise they lose their identity. Yay! Another one of these. Oh, we have Tirali marbles. Don't attack me. I will smack you dead. Fiery orange crystal. That's definitely not it. But we'll play with it anyways. This crystalline shard is faintly warm to the touch. It does not appear to be the wind crystal you seek. It's right there, the bright green one. This is either ice or water. This crystalline shard feels damp in your hand. It does not appear to be the wind crystal you seek. Yeah, that's a water crystal. This crystalline shard emanates a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you found the crystal Rakarok sent you to salvage. Why couldn't I just give him my own, like a wind crystal of my own? It's like, here you go. I mean, I got a bunch. Yeah, I got like 4,000 wind crystals. I even got 800 clusters. Hell, you could have a cluster. I have an easier time collecting clusters than I do crystals anyways. Pufko. Is that a cool breeze Rakarok feels? Found it. I need a drink. Yes, thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rakarok will add it to the new set of tools he brought. And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hetsuro, and it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see what Kahi thinks of our efforts. Or Kahe. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I am grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a peace worthy of a potsworn. Give me a second. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Valakshunsa. The craftsmanship satisfies the Dinshire's reputation for quality, I trust. Puffco, such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant. I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all. I intend to fill my house up with a bunch of crystals of varying colors for lighting. Forgive my interruption. Maybe some fire too. Lama Chi, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and has prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of a potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Kozumaoka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlian goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Julie Eulal, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it here. I was raised among Hetsuro more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tyrell's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetsuro. I have few fond memories of nomadic life. Oh. Well, he is another orphan, so give me un momento. I am... Alright. Puffco. Rakarok is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guessing. When it comes to help handing, knowing the potsworn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. The feat of pots. The Elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Thancred and Orion J. Ah, I also ran into the Levier twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. Thank you. You're actually quite kind. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Ready Rock waiting. So basically, you're beginning to see that there are two people that are decent choices in terms of like the way their personalities are, and then there's two horrible choices. And then in between those two choices, one of the horrible choices is the strongest, and for the decent choices, one of them is the smartest. So yeah. If not, I can always... Give me a second. Talking with Steps right now, we're trying to hammer out potentially doing a collab in today's 7 Days to Die session. We can get him situated. Puffco. Ready Rock thanks you for assisting Hellpand Rackarock. She will announce defeat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. This voice casted. Nope. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? We took care of one of them ourselves. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Puffco. Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans for salt crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zeralja. He cleared many piles of rockfall as if they were pebble stones. The resilient son for Dawn Servant. Zeralja was clearing fallen rocks? I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, well, we meet again. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Puffco. Claimants, your attention please. As Ready Rock has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Tiliolal merchants will suffer. So Ready Rock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're to recruit new Potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Ready Rock's request. She will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zeralja's disqualification. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. Then Ready Rock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No gob snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. Oh, grab snatching. The Elector said nothing about taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty brute is up to something. Aye, he may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wilclamot? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I can think of one. I know some artisans amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliolal to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. It's just a statement of fact. Oh, I suppose we could try asking around Wachimeki. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliolal it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. He said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. Well, Clement, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? I'm positive. Mostly. Teleport. That's all you gotta do. Eat an Aetheryte ticket. Spend some gil. Oh, we already teleported us back. Oh, I need a moment. Upriver or downriver Iakatumu is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I could help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Rumpel can help us recruit a Podsworn. I can think of exactly one person that we chatted with earlier. And then after we knock a few more missions out, I'm gonna go and slap on my unfinished Kirtana and go kill those 24 enemies. Advance that portion of the mission. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wachimeki? You've not shipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. I actually have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans for the moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only, I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with the mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? What of the Elizan man who just started working here? That Eorzean goldsmith, what about him? You mean Fontaine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the Salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fontaine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over a Zibalia of tea. Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right, let's go and see a man about a pot. Two more quests. Well, one including this one. And I hit 96. Yay! Oh, Hero, you're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? Last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I wasn't I? A lost soul until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming. And for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. Not unlike my voice failing me. So what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a Potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the right of succession. I need to bring a new Potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We barely met, and after pushing you to work at Wachimeki, I'm now demanding you to throw that away and sign a pot pack instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I am now an official subject of Tuli-Ulel. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tuli-Ulel that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Fontaine, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Perhaps you remember me, Brukavu, owner of Zbaliev Tea. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Woklamont's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Sure. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. Oh yes, this part. You can now gain access to role quests, speak with Evu at Zbaliev Tea, and pursue new adventures as you progress through the rite of succession. They forget to add that in the part that, keep in mind, completing this side story is paramount to you actually being able to continue with the story at some point. So we'll go ahead and knock this out while we're right here. Well, not the whole thing, but we'll just get it started, you know what I mean? Uncouth customers. Hero, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story. So why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Pop a squat in the sparkly seat. I would love to have a chest piece for the males and females where it's just like, you know, bandages, kind of like what he has a little bit, but of course it would also contain the necklace. But I just want the chest wrap, because I kind of want to do something like an injured person, have like the chest wrap, the hand wraps, the eye wrap, stuff like that. Kind of cool. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Brukavu, proprietor of Zbaliev Tea. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am. Welcome, welcome. What'll you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apyahi. Apyahi? I don't know. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Huh. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruined my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos, and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who have dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. And it's raining. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here, to look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Terrell. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Did you say artifacts? Oh ho ho! I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Torelli continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tural Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. They didn't order a single thing. They loitered. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nonetheless. They left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. Oh, I want to pick the second choice, but I'll go with the first one. Of course. We had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. I've definitely been beyond. Now, I know you've business in Terrell, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take the time to hear Ral Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. So this is how they tie in the old world. Basically areas that you wouldn't be exploring currently. Basically tie them back in. Especially if you don't have housing and whatnot. Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Ralma Jun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why perish the thought? You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted hero has agreed to aid the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our home shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations, if these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tulia Lal in search of aid. Lozenequi there comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Neopine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon his victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. The search for Shashepia's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. And lastly, there's Suhe, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, decided that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahulja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rahulja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effects of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ral Majun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, hero. Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You only need ask. And now that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those of whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Terrell and maybe even further will be in your debt. You have gained access to the role quest for Dawn Trail. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. Speak with the people of Terrell gathered in Zibalium T and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. Again, it does not let you know that you need to do this if you want to get along in the story. So I'm going to start her up. Oh shit, I didn't check the name. Oh well. Oh hello, judging by your attire, you must be the traveler from across the seas. Then I suppose Brokavu has enlisted you to our aid. Yeah, that's about right. That you are guided here safely must be the work of the brave Narwhal, who remains watchful even in this dire time. We are ever grateful for its vigilance. My name is Lozenequi, and I hail from the northern reaches of Jacques Toral, where even our breath freezes when caught in the chilling winds. Our people revere Toral Vidral of the Narwhal, whose essence rests in the cradle of the sleepless, our most sacred treasure. Though fathomless depths it swam without rest, protecting its home from any who would do it harm, or through. Legends tell that the narwhal could place the burden of its fatigue upon another, and thus was able to maintain its vigil night and day. So too can any who possess the cradle lull a person, willing or no, into a deep slumber, all while avoiding the need for sleep themselves. That could sound kind of problematic. Needless to say, such power could cause untold harm in the wrong hands. Thus was the greatest warrior of our village, Tentoawa, tasked with crossing the ocean and returning that which is most sacred to us. I'd have joined him, but I feared I would only be a burden, so I remained here that I might find someone to send to his aid. Tentoawa has ever rushed bravely and blindly into the thick of things, leaving me behind to watch and worry. But if there's anything I could do to help him, even a little, then I must. Brokevu has done well to send you to me. I can tell you are just the man to temper his more reckless tendencies and keep him safe during his quest. As luck would have it, a letter from Tentuawa arrived shortly before you did. It seemed he discovered that the thief made their way to a place called Ishgard. While I don't doubt his prowess, even Tentuawa would be rendered helpless before the narwhal's lullaby. Please, could you follow him to Ishgard and find him before he does anything rash? Ishgard is like a second home to me. I won't let your treasure be misused. I'll say the first one. Thank you, hero. I knew the narwhal would guide a brave protector to our side. Tentuawa sails to an unfamiliar place, but despite his hasty nature, he doubtless spent time gathering information about his new surroundings before planning his next step. If Ishgard has a place like this one, where people gather to drink and talk, he might go there first. Ask for a swordsman with blue hair and attire like mine, and I'm sure it won't be long until you find him. Convenient that they went to a cold area. Alright, so we got that collected. It was... the name of it... where is it? Dun, dun, dun. The Narwhal Beckons. On with the story. I complete this mission and I level up. Haha! Master Ropley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Fonjantain has agreed to sign the Pot Pact, yes? While it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith, to have one of our own handpicked to serve the Third Promise is a great honor for Wachu Meki Meki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope to send them my way. Ah! It could even be yourself if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home until Yolal. Come back to us if the moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Wachu Meki Meki. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fonjantain? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fonjantain's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. It's a good way to do it. Or a good way to keep from letting him down. That's what I meant. Phrasing! You may now unlock deliveries for Wachu Meki Meki. Speak to Ropley and pursue new endeavors as you progress through the rite of succession. Ha 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 ha! Alright, so we're gonna go and pick this up first. I usually try to level up Leatherworker through side stuff because getting hides sucks in this game. Rotten Wachu Meki Meki, unless you use your retainer to grab them. Well, if it isn't Soapbox, or Hero, forgive me, but I couldn't help but notice the tools you're carrying on your person. You wouldn't happen to be a skilled tradesman, would you? As I mentioned when you visited alongside the Third Promise, Wachu Meki Meki is in dire need of skilled artisans like Fonjantain. A number of our shops are beset with problems large and small, you see, and having the assistance of one such as you would be most welcome. Of course, a service rendered is a service paid for, and we've plenty of scrips with which we can fill your pockets. Procuring supplies from the open seas has brought no small number into my possession, and I understand that currency is also used extensively across the salt. With that said, I'd like to first introduce you to the folks you'll be working with. You needn't decide right away, of course. Take your time to consider my offer, and come speak with me again once you've made up your mind. Come to take up my offer, I see. Just one last thing before we go. In the language of my people, Wachu Meki Meki means House of Countless Beads. I see the market has a home as a home where folks of all kinds may come, connect, and carve out a niche for themselves. Please bear this in mind, as you may encounter things to which you're not accustomed. Now then, off we go. So after I do this and grab the next quest, we're going to go and work on Cortana a little bit. Good, that's nearly everyone. I thought it best if they were aware of who you are before you show up on the doorstep offering your services. Let's go in order, shall we? Starting with Zral Soj Metalworks. Ral Soj deals in all things metal, particularly when it comes to daily necessities. Unfortunately, she's been recently confronted with an issue that's put her very reputation at stake. She seeks a metalworker that understands the importance of punctuality. Next, we have Epistles by Pemeka, whose eponymous owner pens official documents, transcribes letters for those who cannot do so themselves, and more. She's presently in need of one skilled in treating parchment, textiles, leather, and the like. Surreal Ja's Juice Craft serves some of the most unique beverages I dare say one will ever encounter. It's just a shame no one's lining up to drink them. If you've any expertise with the culinary arts or alchemy, I would love for you to assist that he fancies. Unfortunately for him, his tastes are a touch too unconventional for your average customer, and he's anxious sales may not pick up. As for Shunye's Apothecary, I regret to say that its owner was unable to spare even a moment for introductions. That said, if you fancy yourself a miner or gatherer, you'll undoubtedly find his wares of great interest. Shunye deals in all sorts of curious flora and minerals, you see. Alas, his sole employee appears to be in poor shape, and I grow more worried about the store by the day. I believe that covers everything, more or less. It is my wish that both customers and shop owners feel mutual satisfaction with their transactions in the market, that this house of countless beads may shine more brilliantly than ever. With your help, I believe that wish will come true. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish, hero. You may now undertake Wachumeki deliveries. Seek out shopkeepers in need of aid, and lend them a helping hand to make the markets a brighter place, one store at a time. Alrighty. Got that unlocked, got a little bit of extra XP. Now let's get back on the warrior. A father first. Hey, we hit level 92. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you pass the time however you like, I'd suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need the rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Alright. So don't forget to equip your unfinished weapon before you start doing these. Should have went from the top to the down, but oh well. Little Alamigo would be closest, I think. Probably not, but oh well, we can fly there. Lapras, the most ill-suited mount for this entire area. Oh, by the way, I did get a few more mounts. I've been doing some running around with the extremes. I've got the ice one, I got the ice one, I got the lightning one, I got the water one, I got the earth one, I got the fire one. So I'm missing the wind. I just need the one from Garuda, actually. I haven't had Garuda on my journal, so I haven't been doing that one. But I could try and go do that later on. If you didn't know, each X pack has a group of elemental mounts, and once you collect them all of that X pack, you can get an extra mount. I'm not gonna go into the fate because that'll cut me down stat wise. Oh, I leveled up. Or not leveled up, but I completed a hunt log of something. Oh, a Twin Adder hunt log. Oh, that's half of all of them. Lefty! You finally popped up, buddy. Hey, and Hefty's back. No, you're killing the ones that I need. Almost done. I need one more Pugilist, one more Thaumaturge, and I need 3 more Lancers. Alright, so there's no one there. I need 1 Lancer, 1 Pugilist. Alright. I gotta talk with Geralt. Whew, get a little warm in here. Back already? By the frown you're wearing, I take it you've got nothing to show for your time with the Blizzardmen. Might be as you want for better sport, and I know just the creature what'll give it to you. The Hydra reigns over the fiends within Halatali. A nasty piece of work, that. Try not to piss your britches when you see it. The Hydra can be confronted via the Duty Finder upon examining the quest destination situated by the entrance to Halatali in Eastern Thanalan. Please note that the trial a relic reborn the Hydra must be completed while equipped with the unfinished Kirtana. So now I gotta go over to East Thanalan. I'm gonna go unlock that, go slay the Hydra, and then we'll call it. Oops. Boom. I should be able to do this solo. Oh yeah, definitely. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I would also love an area where you could stick a bunch of weapons on the ground. Kind of like this in a way, like it look like a battle arena. Or if you could actually have a set where you can put a weapon up, that'd be kind of cool. Like a weapon stand. Alright, so now I need to go back to Geralt. I got my Polaris point back on. Alrighty then, let's knock this out. You're still alive. Why the hells do you adventurers have to be so goddamn sturdy? I was bloody sure you'd be Hydra dung by now. Ugh. But what's done is done, or in this case, not done. Any road, let's talk about that text you brought. It contains tales of Gel Tristram's exploits. Turns out I already knew most of it. To give you the gist of it, a young Tristram goes before the Sultan. He pledges him his sword. The Sultan's sworn are formed. Tristram defeats an Amalja pugilist in a famous duel, then sets off on a quest to retrieve the sacred goblet. Things get a bit fanciful from then on, but cutting a long story short, Kirtana does get a mention. 4 crystals embedded in the guard in the ashes of a saint in the hilt. These are the sword's secrets. In the old days, it was common practice to forge a weapon using body parts. A bit morbid, I grant you, but folk back then believed the spirits of the dead offered the bearer protection. Unlucky for you, the relic's hilt was in especially bad shape. I tried to make do with only the host weapons, but it seems it weren't enough. But never you fear. With me bottomless well of talent, I'll work something out yet. As you can see, I've done me research. I trust you've also been pulling your weight, putting that relic to use like I said. Well, go on then, tell me what you learned. Is that so? I'd wondered about that. Based on what we've gleaned from the text in your first-hand experience, I'll rework the relic so as to improve your affinity with it. Hand it over for a second, will you? Based on what you gleaned from the text... What we gleaned from the text in your first-hand experience, I'll rework the relic so as to improve your affinity with it. Hand it over for a second, will you? There, the deed's done. That leaves us with one last step. That is, fully merging the old relic, the new host, and the soul of the bearer. Aye, that's you. Only then can the weapon be restored to its former glory. But to do this, I need a fire what's hotter than the seventh hell. And to keep such a fire alive and raging, I need a wind that's what's fiercer than the hangover I had last week. Guy, you know what I mean. Just get me a white-hot ember, a howling gale, and a chunk of hyperfused ore, and I'll finish your bloody weapon. Oh, and I need me a bottle of Rat's Hand quenching oil as well to cool it all off. The white-hot ember, the howling gale, and the chunk of hyperfused ore can be obtained by defeating Ifrit in the Bull of Embers hard, Garuda in the Howling Eye hard, and Titan in the Navel hard, respectively. The bottle of Rat's Hand quenching oil can be obtained by exchanging 15 Alagon tomestones of poetics with Ariana, one of Rowena's assistants at Revenant's Toll. I've got the exact 15 that I need. So I'll do those at another time. I wonder, can I do that here? Combat supplies, special arms. I can buy it right here. Gotcha. Ooh, I got a drowsy card. Drowsy. 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 I guess we'll go ahead and do those now. Hard mode. Embers. These will be quick. Don't worry about it. Yay! I got the white hot ember. Oops, not class glamour. I need to desynthesize this bitch. Yay, cobalt ingot. Sorry, I need to empty some bag slots. I already have an Ifrit card. Crap baskets. That brings me back up to 4 slots. Oh, alright. We'll do the Howling Eye next, knock it out. Damn. I got the item for that. I need to swap over the leather worker right fast. I don't want to waste the XP. Yay! 1.5 million XP there. I always forget to swap over the classes, and then I end up wasting the stupid XP. I need to go over to my retainers now. I'll put stuff away, and then once I do that, are these? Those are untradeable. Okay. Got it. That gives me 3 bag slots, 4 bag slots. Hoping to have at least 5 bag slots by the time I'm going into Titan. Yep. Cool. Alright, let's go do the Titan one. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Yay. Gore. Now I can take everything back to Geralt. I got a greater key of Titan. Once I do this, if it's not something quick and easy to do, I'll end the part. And then it's either going to be 7 Days to Die or Ludar 2 after this. Yay! Got quite a bit of stuff to do today. Galukale. I hope Steph Basic has the game updated. So you're back. Never doubted for a second you'd trounce all 3 primals and come back to pester me again. Alright then, let's see the White Hot Ember, the Howling Gale, and the Hyperfuse Door. Aye, these ought to get me to the levels of heat I need. Which leaves just the Rat to Hand Quenching Oil for cooling things off afterwards. You've got that too, I assume. Yep. Right here. You've done your part, and so I'll do mine. Watch now, and try not to bat your eyelids. Ain't every day you get to see a relic reborn. These gods-given hands must have worked. Hands have worked yet another miracle. Feast your eyes on Kirtana, just as it was in days of yore. To the sight to move a man to tears, you lucky bastard. You better bloody well take care of it. Raising the Kirtana. And I have Up in Arms. In order to receive the quest Up in Arms, you must be equipped with the relic weapon Zenith. Paladins must be equipped with Kirtana. Alright, so... how do I upgrade? I need 5 Savnarian mist, I think. No, I need 3. So I need 3 mist. We'll go do that right fast. Go and grab 3 mist, and then we'll call it quits. Because I want to get Zenith and then start the next one. When you get the Zenith, it ends up becoming it gets a glow. And then it goes into the more annoying parts. I really want to get the Heavensward version of the Paladin weapon. Once I have that, I have the absolute utmost favorite glam I'm ever going to have for a weapon up to this point for the most part. It is an absolute, hands down, chef's kiss. Aetheryte Plaza, and then I'll teleport back to North. I don't have to teleport. I don't really need to teleport. I could just use the Aetheryte and pop outside the North Shroud. I don't even know why I'm wasting stupid Aetheryte tickets when I'm here. Combat supplies. Special arms materials. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna pop a shield. Ooh, I think that's something I needed. And you gave me a high quality version of it too. Rose gold ink, enchanted. Nice. North Shroud. Now it's time to go get that stuff. Get her done! Pick up the Zenith for the next mission after that, and then call it quits. So just to show you what it looks like, that's the Zenith. Pretty basic, but it's not too bad. I actually kind of like the look of the shield. Shield looks pretty good. That's Kirtana and the Holy Shield. Up in arms. It's you. Gods, I never thought I'd be glad to see you. Just the other day, this old bloke from some faraway land suddenly appeared. He's been bugging me ever since, asking about putting souls in relics or summit. None of it makes a whit of sense to me. Can't the man see how busy I am pounding kettles all bloody day? I ain't got the time to be humoring the elderly. What's more, you're the one with the relic, ain't that right? If there's anyone this Jalzen bloke ought to be bothering, I reckon it's you. Run along then, and keep the old coot off me back. I don't remember that part, but that's cool. Come look at my shiny relic. It's only on tier 2. Ah, the impropriety. In my land, the elderly are treated with deference and visitors received with honor. You must excuse me, adventurer. I have endured a trying sea voyage to meet with Eorzea's greatest weaponsmith, only to find that he is the greatest bore I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. But what is this, your weapon? Unless I am gravely mistaken, 'tis a relic infused with Thavnarian mist. It is. Marvelous, marvelous. Ah, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jalzan, and I hail from the Near Eastern city-state of Radz-at-Hand. I am an alchemist by trade. Hey, I saved that place not too long ago. It has been my life's work to study the enchantment and the enhancement of arms through soul infusion. Verily, Thavnarian mist is one of the fruits of my toils. Upon learning that the elixir had come to some prominence in Eorzea, I journeyed here with the intent of exploring new possibilities in my research. I want but for a subject to proceed. If you would be that subject, your weapon will become further enhanced. Will you agree to assist me, adventurer, and for your troubles come to possess a mightier relic? Yeah, I'll assist Gelzon. A decision you will not regret. But without further ado, allow me to explain what my research will entail. Now, I trust you are aware that Aether permeates all things in our world. What you may not know, however, is that Aether is found in greater concentrations in Eorzea than elsewhere. When a weapon infused with a quasi-soul such as your relic is used to slay a living being in this Aether-rich land, a peculiar phenomenon occurs. The Aether released by the fallen creature resonates with your weapon and agglomerates into a crystal which I have dubbed Atma. It must be noted that this occurs only on rare occasions due to factors I have yet to identify. Now, as you may have already gathered, Atma is essentially the crystallized soul of a living being, and these crystals hold the key to strengthening your weapon. According to my research, 12 unique pieces of Atma are required, meaning they must be acquired from 12 different foes. See the deed done, adventurer, and you shall hold in your hand such power as you have never known. By participating in certain fates while equipped with a relic weapon Zenith, you may obtain an Atma crystal. The locations of the fates in the Atma yielded are as follows. Central Shroud, Atma of the Maiden. Southern Thanalan, Atma of the Scorpion. Upper La Noscia, Atma of the Water Bearer. East Shroud, Atma of the Goat. Eastern Thanalan, Atma of the Bull. Middle La Noscia, Atma of the Ram. Western La Noscia, Atma of the Twins. Outer La Noscia, Atma of the Lion. Lower La Noscia, Atma of the Fish. North Shroud, Atma of the Archer. Central Thanalan, Atma of the Scales. Western La Noscia, Atma of the Crab. This information can be reviewed in the completed journal for the quest Up in Arms, which can be found under Weapon Enhancement Side Quests. I absolutely loathe this portion of the quest chain. Ugh. But perfect timing, I can pop back. Alright, thank you all for watching. This has been part 174 of my playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you'd like to go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel if not already subscribed. Keep up the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. No spoilers, please. And I will see you in the next video. Catch you all then. Later!